Alright, what is going on, guys? It's Tazz here, and welcome back to the channel. Without Batman, who is going to solve the murder of Bruce Wayne? That is the question presented by Gotham Knights, an unlikely alliance of heroes and villains forced to work together under one common goal. This week gave us the pilot episode and premiere of the latest CW DCTV show, coming from some of the same creatives behind not only Batwoman, but Gotham as well. The series gives its own take on the question of what happens to Gotham City without Batman. Following his sudden and suspicious murder, Bruce's adopted son, Turner Hayes, is forced to come to terms with the reality that his father has not only been killed, but was Batman. In addition to Turner, the show also focuses on Duella Dent, the Joker's daughter, as well as Cullen and Harper Row, who, while starting on the criminal side of things, must work alongside Turner in order to clear all of their names in the eyes of the city of Gotham. I have to say, before this premiere, I was honestly not all that interested in the show. The concept seemed interesting enough, but I'd already played the Gotham Knights game, and based off of early promo material, it just looked like a worse version of the game that wasn't even allowed to use Dick Grayson. Now, after watching through the pilot episode, I have to say, my skepticism was met with interest and intrigue, and I will definitely be sticking around a bit longer to see where this mystery goes. I thought the pilot was actually shot pretty well, very similar in the cinematography department to that of Gotham, and while it's a bit dark at times, I still quite enjoyed the show's overall look and atmosphere. As far as the dialogue is concerned, it can be kind of cheesy and borderline cringe at times. I feel like there is a solid story and tone set here with just enough to keep me interested, and call me crazy, but at times I almost got Arrow pilot vibes from this episode. So with that said, spoiler warning, if you have not seen the pilot episode of Gotham Knights yet, I would highly recommend at least giving it a fair shot, but let's just jump right into this episode breakdown. The Gotham Knights show, in a very similar manner to the game, opens with the death of Bruce Wayne, even going as far as to show the audience the body, so there's no question about it, he's dead, for now at least. Harvey Dent is the first one on the scene with the rest of the GCPD, and as not only the DA of Gotham, but a close friend of Bruce's, makes it his mission to unravel the mystery surrounding his murder. The killer not only knew Bruce was Batman, but went as far as to pin the murder on Duella, Harper, and Cullen, who believed they were at Wayne Tower for a simple job. However, they were there to take the fall for the true killer. The only thing left at the scene tying to whoever really did it was a coin, which we later find out belongs to the mysterious organization running Gotham City from the shadows, the Court of Owls. Now, I will admit the setup and mystery around all of this is quite intriguing and has definitely grabbed my attention. While the dialogue may be the same quality as Riverdale, and the overall look of the show as far as set design is concerned may leave a little bit more to be desired, I think there is a lot of potential here. Transitioning over to Bruce's adopted son, Turner Hayes, things seem great as he's having a party over at Wayne Manor, but when the GCPD shows up and the camera gives us a nice Dutch angle shot, he is informed of his father's passing by Harvey Dent, as well as is told of his secret double life as Gotham's protector. Again, I find it a little off-putting that they aren't using Dick Grayson here, but I'm sure it comes down to a rights issue, as most of the cast of characters in this show are made up of fairly obscure Bat family members and villains. Reeling from the revelation of his father's murder and the fact that he was Batman, Turner is determined to understand what truly happened, who killed Bruce, and why. He has help from Stephanie Brown, who is a version of Batgirl and Spoiler from the comics, with the classic tech and hacking skills, which will come in handy during this investigation. Together, Turner and Stephanie find the Batcave hidden beneath Wayne Manor, which I found to be easily the most well-designed set of this entire pilot. Huge props to the show for creating another very awesome rendition of the famous Batcave, complete with a Batmobile which is strikingly similar to the Tumbler from the Dark Knight films. With the help of Bruce's triple monitor gaming setup, they discover that the money used to pay off Duella, Harper, and Cullen was actually somehow withdrawn from Turner's account, which leads him to being brought into the GCPD alongside them for questioning. Harvey assures Turner that he will do everything in his power to solve the case and bring closure to him. However, Mr. Dent is at the top of my suspect list. Of course, Harvey Dent eventually becomes Two-Face, and while he may not be there quite yet on the show, I wouldn't be surprised if that Two-Face personality is already in there somewhere. There's a shot from when he finds Bruce's body where the camera very cleverly only shows half of Dent's face, and while yes, this could just be a cool camera technique hinting at the future, I think it could be a bit deeper than that. Maybe the Two-Face personality is already inside of Harvey, and he was quote-unquote activated by the Court of Owls to carry out the murder of Bruce Wayne. This way, Harvey could be investigating the case only to discover it was him or another personality of his that actually carried out the crime, potentially leading to his breaking point where he fully becomes Two-Face permanently. Back in GCPD Holding, Turner meets the villain kids that he will be teaming up with throughout the season, and I thought their back and forth in the meeting scene was pretty enjoyable and went a long way with world building as well. Apparently we've got another Batman who kills in this universe, as according to Duella, Batman did in fact kill the Joker. Not a fan of this, as I'm in the camp of Batman does not kill. Kind of the defining character trait in my opinion, but it seems like the show is not going in that direction as of now, but who knows, maybe a no-kill rule is something we'll see Turner adopt as the story progresses. After a little prison scuffle, we get to the big prisoner transfer to Blackgate, where Turner is forced to make the decision to team up with Duella and company in order to escape and have a chance of clearing their names. In doing so, they are left in a standoff with the GCPD and are ultimately saved by another big character in the series, that being Batman's current Robin in the timeline, with Carrie Kelly, who has quite the entrance. She uses some pretty cool bat gadgets and makes fairly quick work of the corrupted GCPD officers, who of course are under the thumb of the court. Following the rescue, we get one of the best character building scenes of the episode, with Turner talking to Carrie about Bruce being Batman and why he never revealed it to his son. I thought it was a nice moment between the two of them, and it gave Turner even more motivation to continue down the path of solving Bruce's murder and potentially becoming Batman's successor. The episode wraps up with everyone meeting at the Belfry, which is also designed very nicely and another element carried over from the game, as it looks like this will be the Knights' base of operations. After discovering the owl engraved on the back of one of the officers' watches, Duella explains the story of the Court of Owls and how they have been controlling Gotham from the shadows, as we have our first look at a very comic-accurate and brutal Talon cleaning up some loose ends. And one more thing, the butler lady is definitely sus as well, probably a member of the court. Overall, guys, while I was definitely quite skeptical going into this pilot, I came out of it pleasantly surprised. Looking past the cheesy dialogue, some fairly cheap-looking set design in certain areas, awkward editing, and the fact that a Batman story without Batman seems to be almost overdone at this point, the show does still have a lot of potential. It's already giving off some of the same vibes as Gotham, which I loved and have a fair bit of nostalgia for, I think the cast is very solid, the story seems like it will take us in a pretty interesting direction, and I do kind of like the idea of using more obscure Bat Family characters rather than ones we've seen countless times before. Duella, Carrie Kelly, and Harvey Dent were easily the standout characters for me. With DCTV seeming like it is slowly fizzling out, it's nice to have more DC content on our TV screens week to week, and I really hope this show pays off the pilot in a satisfying way. Gotham Knights' premiere episode was also a lot more enjoyable than a few of the Flash episodes we've gotten so far in Season 9. I'm looking at you, Episode 6. As I've said before, the mystery surrounding Bruce's death, seemingly at the hands of the court, is a great way to draw viewers in, and I'm excited to see where the rest of this season takes us. I am a pretty big fan of the Gotham Knights game, and while I know they aren't directly connected, if the show turns out to be anything like the game, I'm going to be in it for the long haul, and hoping for some more comic-accurate looks as we progress as well, but I guess we will just have to wait and see. So with that said, guys, give this show a chance if you haven't already. If you've seen it, how do you feel about the pilot episode of Gotham Knights? Who do you think the killer really is? And do you think this show has potential to be more than just a one season and done type of project? I want to know your thoughts on all of this down there in the comments below. But until next time, guys, it's been Tazz, and I'll see you guys in the next video.